Hi there, Steve Stine from Guitarzoom here, and I want to help you with something really cool that you can use if you're working on your pentatonic scale, your minor pentatonic scale, and you want to expand it a little bit to make it just a little more interesting and a little more exciting for both you and your listener. So let's just take a look at an A minor pentatonic scale. We're going to look at this first position right here. Okay? Now, what I want you to think about here is if we added some new notes to this, it might really spice up what it is that you're normally doing with this scale. But we don't want to make it so it's not functional. We still want to be able to use it in any style of music that you like to play. So these notes are going to be notes that are more bluesy in nature that we can add into this scale, but it makes a really big difference. So what I want you to do here is let's go ahead and move to the 7th fret of the 4th string, which is the A, or the root of the scale. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to add in this note right here. So we're going to do a hammer-on from 5 to 6 here. Okay? Now, I can still use the original 5-7 that I would always use in my minor pentatonic. It sounds just fine. But if I choose to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this 5 to 6, and I'm going to skip that 7 at this point. So let's say I'm playing up the pentatonic scale. Hear that? Now, let's say I'm moving towards the ceiling here. I'm going to come back. What do I do when I get to that string? Well, I'm going to play a 7 again. And then I'm going to play the 5 to 6 as a hammer-on again. So it sounds like this. So when I'm moving towards the floor, I'm going to bypass the 7 entirely. I'm just going to play 5 and 6. And when I move towards the ceiling, I'm going to play the 7, and then I'm going to play the 5, 6 again. So it sounds like this. So nice and slow, all I'm doing is this. And then back down. And what you're going to notice is it adds this really cool blues rock element in your playing. And the cool thing is I can use that note in different octaves. Okay? So you just think about it this way. You have these 4 notes right here that are minor pentatonic. And all you're doing is you're adding in this one note in between. And if you're going to head towards the ceiling, then you would play. Now, does that mean that's the only way you can do this? Of course not. You can do it any way you like to. It's just a suggestion. And right now what I'm doing is I'm using it as a hammer-on. You don't have to hammer it. If you'd rather pick those, you can certainly do that as well. But hopefully that one note used in multiple different places across your guitar will give you some new and fresh ideas to utilize in your guitar solos.